Welcome back to this live session for the NY, and we are looking at two vitally important instrument currently. Dollar yen, we see there is a break of structure. Well, gold is on a downtrend, and we have seen that this session there was a pullback here now after break of this key support level. Now this week is special, as you know that this is the last week of the month, and also NFP week. Previous session we had a massive winner. Here in this live session you guys have seen that. Now this session would like to scale up again. Now before I progress with this analysis, traders, make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. So when you are here, say yes in the live chat, or write Y if you're here. Also let me know if you can, the stream is going to be visible. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to this live session. Now looking at, first of all, gold as usual. We'll be looking at gold to see that where the market currently be heading in this market structure that we can see. After yesterday's market open, we can see the price has started to drop, and which is currently in a sharp downtrend, and the price approached that also the monthly support level. This is the monthly support, and it's a long-term bull market. Are we going to see a bounce of this level? Still there isn't time for a reversal, or yes? Let's see, let's explore in this session to see that either this is now a reversal or we still can sell gold. Do you think that gold is going to be sell or we are going to buy? First of all, we need to look at the multiple time frame. Previous session we sold. This session, are you going to sell or buy? So let's look at from the multiple time frame monthly chart. We can see the price is approaching this monthly support level. If we look at the weekly, we can see the market also approaching this weekly Fibonacci level. This is currently falling market on the lower time frame that you can see. Daily chart, once the market open after initial retest of this daily 20 EMA, there is a rejection below here. This is the previous swing low on gold, and from this swing low there is a significant drop in that market that you can see here. The price started to drop back down here in that direction currently on gold. Now looking at the 4-hour chart, that you can see the market in this lower time frame currently strongly bearish. If we look at this price action here, from this level there is a stronger breakdown followed by this pullback, another breakdown followed by this pullback. We can see that this market maintaining this series of lower high here, which is in a downtrending market structure, and in that downtrending market structure the price is currently maintaining this bearish market. We see there is a significant breakdown here from this support level, and with that breakdown the market has completely broken back below here. If you guys look at it, you can see this is a series of lower high here, which is key level of support in that market. Now with that key level of support, what we can see, the market in this long-term downtrend, back-to-back 2 session, there was a strong break below. The price tested this support here, and from this support we can see the price currently has broken back below in that direction here on gold. Now what we looking at here in this market, for the price to potentially drop down, or we could see that bounce of this level, there is a very important zone that the prices touch here. This is a previous swing high, so we can see the market has significantly broken back below price tested this swing high. Now from this level there is still a potential for a reversal, so we will be looking at the lower time frame here to see if the market is having a potential reversal in that area. So looking at the 15-minute chart, there is a big drop followed by double bottom. The price is trying to break that high. So previous session, the trade that we opened from that zone, we see there was a significant drop from that level. It is still in a sharp downtrend, and with this downtrend there is a consolidation here. So looking at the session's high here on the 4-hour time frame, the price tested this 3930, and from that zone the price has rejected back below. From the 1-hour perspective as well, this is the big drop here from this previous session's support level. The market has significantly dropped down to that support, and there is a bounce of this level now after this break below. Now looking at this lower time frame here in this market, if you look at, there is a back-to-back two narrower doji has broken back below with another narrower doji, another break below. So the market is here maintaining this downtrending market structure. Now in that downtrend, the price is now approaching that key level. This is a very important resistance line here on gold. Now in that resistance, the price approaching that support level and expecting this market to potentially, we could see that it's still downtrend because it's a falling market. What is falling is likely to fall. That's the law of trading. Now that being said, here looking at the 1-minute chart, there is a break followed by rejection currently here in a sideways, right? Let's see that what we can expect in this market. It's here is still bearish. Okay, so it's still bearish. Do you think this is bearish, guys? If you think bearish, say bearish in the live chat. If you think bullish, say bullish in the live chat. How many of you think bearish? How many of you think bullish? You can share your thought. As the market trend is downtrend here, we still could see that potential break below, or we could see deeper move back to the upside. And in the meantime, if you just have joined that live session, make sure guys you like this stream. If you like this, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Make sure you also press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. Awesome. Thank you very much for your support to the channel. Now here the market in this area that you can see, it's approaching this another key level. All right, and that's the key level that you can see the price approach, which is where the market is heading back to the upside here. And that's what we are looking at this market. The price to go ahead and cross that high and then continue to drop back below to this support level. And with this key level of resistance here in this market, where, so you think that bear, yes, the market is still bearish. Okay, we are still looking at potential break below in this market, and that's where looking at this price action here. This is where the market structure from this high here has dropped back down, and we can see the market, if you look at here, it's creating a structure which is trying to break that high. 5 minutes price action from this level, there is a previous session, there is a rejection here. That means previous 5 minutes candle, we wouldn't say it's session, it's an intraday candle, a bearish candle. Now this 5 minutes candle that you can see not being able to strongly bounce, and still we have 1 minute for this candle to close. If we, this is the 15 minutes price action. Now if you look at the 1 hour price action, that you can see from this high, that being back-to-back two green candle, and the next one now on a, if you look at the 30 minutes candle, also closing with a bearish red candle. Now the next candle is important. If the market wants to go up to fill that FVG here, then we could see that there is a bounce back to the upside here in that market. So looking at that level here on the lower time frame, the market structure is showing up to be significant here, and that is where we are looking at in this market to potentially drop down here, break below to create a new lower low. And I'm still on a sell setup, but if we see that there is significant change in market trend, we may be able to look for bullish setup. But before it goes for a wild upside move, it requires a stronger liquidity sweep from this support level in this market. So that being said, here we're looking at this lower time frame. If you look at the 15 minutes chart and the lower time frame, the market is here. This is the prices crossed this 10 and 20 EMA and then rejected back below in that market. So we are looking at this price action for the price to potentially drop down back below to this support level here to create a new lower low in this market. So we see this is a bear candle on the 30 minutes with a long wick with a healthy body, and now we are looking at this market structure for a potential drop, and any break above is where an opportunity for us to sell. Now what we can expect here initially to bounce, and then we can place the pending order below this level here for a potential fill that FVG. This is where, if you look at the 5 minutes, there is a imbalance in that market. This 3 level of imbalance, 4 level, the level 1 is here. This is an imbalance, and there is another level of imbalance from this to this level, and there is another level of imbalance here from this to this level. So in this 3 level of imbalance could fill if the market managed to break below. If there is a break to the upside, we could see that further bullish bounce back to this key level. So we are looking to see, first of all, rejection from the higher price so that you can place the pending order below this level for this potential drop, like we did in the previous session that we have traded. Here's the move that we can expect for this market to, and there is a significant downtrend that you guys have seen. The trade was open in our previous session, was massive winner. That was not only winner, you guys have seen that it continues to drop so far and is still dropping. We open position in that area if you are here in our previous session, and also the same trade what sent out in the premium group for our members, and the market dropped from that support level here. If you look at, we open the position at 3950.90. And that was a massive drop back below here. Okay, so this is where we place our order in our previous session. That ended up to be a great winning trade here in the market. After this drop here, there was sideways movement on the 1 minute chart, and now is approaching this another key level of resistance here in this market. So here is the market is pushing back here to the upside in that area. So if you look at here, you can see this is a series of higher low formation here in that market, And with this series of higher low, the price is approaching that key level. And if we look at the 1 hour chart, that's where you are looking for this market to drop down back below in this area. And looking at that price, so far here, breaking that upside means that it might try to cross this high again before it potentially drop down for another liquidity sweep in this market. As there is a significant bounce in that area where there is a key level that you can see the market is approaching that level where there is a high area of value. And with this support level, the price is trying to break that high and potentially to create a new higher high in this market. This is the lower time frame price action where there is a doji and expecting that the market to come down here to fill that zone, potentially to create a new lower low in this market. Welcome. And if the market get that rejection from this high, that's where you can look for the market to trend back down to this support level. 4 hour and 1 minute, if we combine together from this support level getting rejection back above, there is a still possibility for this price to go ahead to this high here. So two directional bias possible in that market, and if the market reject back to the upside here, we could see this price to continue to rise even to this high. So both direction is viable here. If the market break this low here, then we could see the rejection back below. If the price goes above this level here, breaking this resistance line, we could see the market to trend up if there is a stronger bullish momentum. In that case, we will be looking into this market to buy back to the upside. Depending on how the market structure is creating and the price action is forming will determine our entry in this market. I hope that guys that makes sense to you. Make sure you like this stream if you're enjoying the live session that we are doing every single day, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet for more updated education as well as analysis that I'm posting every day. All right, so you can see the price slowly trying to create a bullish impulse in that area. And because there is a stronger downtrend that we have seen, it might form a possible inverted head and shoulder in that area. So if you look at here, this is a doji in this whole move, and there was a, if you look at the 30 minutes, all those red candle, one green candle, which is a doji. Now in this side we have seen one red candle. Combining together with this support level, right, left, or left, right, that we see the market potentially to create an upside bias. Now, it's still directionally not clear that it's gonna go back up to create an upside bias. we need to know the further confirmation from this lower time frame price section, and that is where we are at. For an entry, we want to see a stronger liquidity grab from this support level. Do you have any confusion about liquidity? We do have a lot of discussion about liquidity. That means where the volume is being coming. That means if you look at, consider the market, it's the transaction between buyers and sellers in between, right? There is always, if you open a position, that you do open our position, if you open a position, then there has to be, the position has to be on the other side. Someone needs to take that order, right? Someone needs to, if you buy, someone needs to sell this. If you sell, someone needs to buy. So there has to be a transaction between buyers and sellers in the market. And liquidity is when if you are buying, let's see the market structure and directly understand from this level. Why it is so important to know that. That's how the smart money trade. Let's say you want to buy from here, from this level, right? You entered a trade from this level. Your stop loss is just below this red candle. And now you open position from here. As soon as you open position, you bought. That means someone else on the other side sold to you. Now, when you place your stop loss, when you bought this market, your stop loss is a sell order. Okay, so your stop loss as a buyer, your stop loss is a sell order. And when your stop loss is a sell order, very important point, guys, this is note down, is that when we buy voluntary, but a stop loss is an involuntary. Keep in mind, guys, no one wants to get a stop loss hit, right? So it's an involuntary. That means you bought willingly, but your stop loss hit without your much willingness, right? You don't want your stop loss to hit, but you got hit. So your buy order is voluntary, but your sell order is involuntary. And when it's involuntary, that is where higher liquidity, because most trader place their stop loss there. When the market drop here, those stop loss trigger. That means instead of buyer, you become a seller. And when you become a seller, that means someone else on the other side bought this market in that lower price. And that is liquidity. Boom, the market has rejected from that level with a stronger momentum. Right? Understanding that will give you much more better understanding about the market to see that why the market moves the way it moves. Join me today in the premium Zoom class as well that we discuss. I have already posted the link in the chat group and also in the premium group for more in-depth understanding of how to take the bigger win. Now, I have already shared many of the trade that we are opening every day using our strategy system. This kind of trade that you can enter, and this is a real trade opened in our system and with many of our members together trading. And you can see that in one trade, how many people you can get. Bigger wins is the secret. right? This trade opened at 4006.65 and the trade closed at 3994.05, right? Nearly to 100 pip on one trade, and boom, that's one go. The next trade was open 3977, closed at 3959 or 560, nearly to 177 people, right? In one go. And look at the stop loss here. Enter at 3977. Take stop loss at 3980.63, nearly to 30 people. Smaller stop loss, smaller risk, bigger win. That's the secret of becoming consistently profitable trader. So don't miss out today's Zoom on live in the live trading room, where you can have direct Q&A with me to understand how to catch this trade, and also exclusively you can access the strategy, everything. If you are not on the premium group, also you can find link below this video. You can visit www.forextradingwizard.com for more information how you can get access to the premium group, where you can access every trade that I'm opening in real time, as well as every strategy that I'm trading, including all trading tools that I'm trading every day in the academy. That being said, let's look at here on gold to see where the market is potentially be heading. You can see that there is a significant rejection from this lower price here, and the market is slowly building its momentum back to the upside here in that area where there is a series of high and low. Now the price is on the edge, right? It's the level where there is a potential to bounce back above here. So far it's showing that potentially to bounce back from this level, and from the 1 hour chart it's creating a dodgy price action in that area. So there is a fair value gap. I would like to place a pending order here to the upside. So we'll be placing buy stop here for this potential move back to the upside in this market, and we'll be keeping wider TP target, but we might close earlier than that because it is a long falling market. What expecting here that this market to break that high and then to potentially continue to, there is a massive 1 hour bearish fair value gap, and the price potentially to break that high. If it break that high, we could see that continuation of this uptrending market structure here. So we will be using in that area buy stop, as like to see the market to break this high first, and once the market break that high, I would like to place little higher the pending order because there is a rejection here. There might be another potential rejection from this level, so you want to enter once the market managed to break that 3930 completely to the upside and creating a new movement for this fair value gap here. So there is, from this level, if we look at another 150 pip imbalance in the market, so we will be using the buy stop order here. So placing a buy stop here, we place the buy stop in that area for this potential move back to the upside here on gold, and expecting the market to test that low and then to reject back again to the upside here to create a new higher high in this market. We're waiting for an entry here with a buy stop at 3933.40, stop loss at 3923.88, TP target at 3954.26 at this level here on gold, and expecting the market to test and then potentially to continue to rise back here to create a new higher high in that market. And once the market managed to break that 3930 level, this is where we are looking at this market to bounce off that level. So you see there is a little bit slower volume. The market is potentially preparing for a move either to the upside or downside, as the market here created quite a few rejection candlestick pattern here, expecting it to break that high and then continue to rise back to fill that FVG here. Now if the market is maintaining this as a resistance, getting a rejection, we might see that break below. The way the market is heading, we could see that potentially an upside move in that market here. This is where you are looking at this price action to go ahead and hit that key level in this market. I hope that guys you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day in this channel on the live market. Okay, so you see there is a lower time frame pricing. There is a double top here. The market is slowly breaking that low, and once the price will create another flight here, we will be in that trade as it is currently trending back here in that market. We're looking to see the price to break that high, potentially to create a new higher high. We place the pending order above this high. At the moment we are not buying from here, as we want to see the market manage to break that resistance. It is in an uptrending market structure. We are looking to see the price to manage to break that high, and then we are on the trade, as the market is still can come back down here from this level, still can continue to drop, as the bigger picture trend is bearish. Breaking that high can give us a higher probability for a new uptrend continuation here in that market. Always guys, keep in mind that trend is your friend. Always trading with the trend, understanding which way the market is trending is also crucial. Always try to align the higher time frame trend with the lower time frame. What is the higher time frame trend here? Daily trend, right? If you look at the daily market structure, it's a downtrend. Now looking at the 5-minute chart, we see there is a local uptrend, and if this market continue to drop again, that is aligning with the higher time frame and the lower time frame again. Okay, so you can see after this breakout structure is breaking above again, that is a primary sign that there might be a trend continuation here to the upside. Let's see how the price action creating that pattern here. If it is breaking out above this key resistance line on the lower time frame, that means if the market breaks 3930 level, looking at here at 3948 level potentially to at least for short term an upside here. If the market is not being able to break that high, we might see the weak fill and then continuation below in this market. That's what we're looking at to see how the price action is creating the momentum. If there is a reversal here, also in this direction there is imbalance here, three layers of imbalance that you can see, and you will be trading that move if the market reverse from here. So these are the conditional criteria that we are looking to meet for either to buy or sell this market. Cracking that the line here, that might bring that market to back to the upside. You might see the price to breaking that high here, potentially to create a new higher high in this market, where there might be potentially an uptrending market structure creation here in that area. Alright, so look, lower time frame price action, that you can see the price tested this support here and has tested that support and could see the market to break that high. This is sort of waiting to see the price to show up a potentially uptrending market structure in that area. Alright, so you see there is a multiple liquidity sweep here in that area, and expecting is potentially to break that low or possibly to break that high here. If it is forming a head and shoulder here, it is still possible to drop down, and if it is breaking below here, that could bring the price back here, back below again. We are still not concluded either to drop or to bounce. If bounce here, breaking 3930.7, looking at here 3946, a possibility to move up. How many of you have placed this pending order with risk management? I have shared in the premium group. If you're in the premium group, then you should be able to see that entry, stop loss and take profit, many of the trade that we are opening every day. So let me know in the live chat if you have been with me with this trade. All right, here, so the price slowly, the buyers is still in that lower time frame active. So some long wick rejection is showing up here. That is potential buying pressure in this area, and that is potentially to bounce off that level to create a new higher high in this market. So here is the long wick candlestick pattern here, creating series of high and low. And the way the market structure is heading here, if you look at the 15 minutes price action, there is a possibility for a break above. If we look at this doji, there's a buying pressure coming slowly in this market. So quite a few long wick candles in that area could bring that price back above. Therefore, our pending orders still exist, still remain, and would like to get in as soon as the market break that high. Ready for that entry here. This is a bullish price action that you can see here in that market, where there is a possibility for an upside bias. So there is a series of lower high that you can see the market was maintaining, and where the price, if it is breaking that high, we look at the 15 minutes closing as a bullish rejection from this support, and that might bring the price back up to this level. This is where we are looking at this market to show up. Now here the market, if you look at lower time frame price action, there is a multiple long week rejection, and those long week rejection expecting to break that high, potentially to continue to trend back up here to create a new higher high in this market. This is what we are looking at this market here for this potential bounce, and once the market managed to break that high, we will be entering into this trade here, ready for that entry. This is where the patience comes in play, guys. This I always emphasize on being patient as a trader. The key here is to become patient so that in your approach as a trader, in your entry, always you remain, you might need to enter multiple times when the market shows up this kind of entry. But when it is coming to managing the trade or waiting for an entry or maybe taking profit, it is always come down to the becoming more patient as a trader. That's where the real strength comes from trading. So with this long wick here, the price trying to break that high, and if it bounce off that level, expecting it to cross it high, there is a big bearish fair value gap, and we might see that crossing that high and then filling that fair value gap in that direction. 15-minute chart, back-to-back 2 candlestick pattern that created higher low. So the market structure here showing up to be short-term bullish, and that's why we place the buy stop on gold in that area, expecting it to go ahead and hit that level to the direction of the trend. Having some bullish reaction. in that area, and that might going up here for another retest. Little drop in volume. So when you see the market does like this smaller candles, it's basically it's an accumulation of more order for sudden breakout, and which is a very important phase of smart money trading, right? So this is where the smaller range is where the most liquidity comes. Why? Because most impatient trader got caught up, because anytime you open position in this smaller range, you're gonna lose, right? Even if it's stop loss or without a stop loss. And because there is no trend here, if you enter the trade, you're gonna lose it. And when the market range with such a smaller range, impatient trader always get caught in that zone, and that's the accumulation of order to have a breakout, to have a new move back up in the direction of the trend. The way the market structure is forming here is a possible for an upside bias in this market. So you could see that potential break back to the upside. Place the pending order here, and would like to see the market to show up that move back above. And once the market triggers here, guys, just letting you know, this is very important that you do proper risk management. You place a stop loss as I did, and because it's the long-term trend is down, depending on how the market is moving, we will be managing the trade accordingly, because very tight stop loss. So as soon as I will be closing the position partially or fully, I will let you know here, and so that you can follow along, because you want to keep this winning streak on. Previous one we had a massive winner, this one as well expecting to win again after a trigger. Once the market will have a breakout, and in that breakout we will be taking the trade, and also will be closing position as soon as we see enough profit reached in that trade. And if the market didn't break out, if the price dropped down here, we are done in the downside here in that market. Now this break here we can see on gold, which is dollar yen, is also potentially combining. On gold, this is a long week rejection that you can see, and we're still not seeing a very stronger bullish rejection. It might start or it might come down here, and we are waiting for that move to happen in that area. Looking at this lower time frame here on the 5 minutes perspective, there is a doji, and there is also long week candlestick pattern here. And if the market breaks below here, if it continues to trend down, we will be selling this area, and we want to see the price has completely broken below. If breaking out, we will be buying here. So this is a critical zone here that you can see in this market. This zone is the critical zone that we would like to see either breaking this high, created an overextension to the upside, or breaking this down here, started to trend back down. This consolidation is where to pay attention, mostly to see how the market might be doing in that area. With multiple doji formation on the lower time frame, possibility here that they're expecting it to break to the upside, and some lower time frame price action that's showing up to be This is a critical level, that's so we're looking to see the market to have potential rejection from this price here, and all right, so here is quite a few long week candles being formed, and want to see the price to break that high before we look for any entry. It may still continue to, as we discussed there here in that market, to see the price to continue to drop here. So the price didn't break that high here. Now that rejection there's a 4-hour support, 1 hour support here, and 15 minutes price action is here. So looking to see how the market potentially reacting in that area, and this is a support that you can see the market to show up, back up, which is, I think, very possible the market to again bounce off this level, or you could see that rejection back below, depending on how the market is creating the structure. There's a 1 minute doji here, and now we see the market, the one that we have opened the pending order here, has the price didn't break that high, and therefore the possibility here for the market to break below again is also higher, to see the price to continue to trend back below. If the market is remaining downside here, that could bring that price back below here to fill that imbalance in this area Yeah, that's looking to see. Okay, if it is a reversal, we might see that downtrend continuation here in this market. And it's going to be very interesting. The market is creating multiple candlestick patterns. So the price on a consolidation here. So we are not yet at any trade in that area. So looking to see how the price action is reacting to this level here in that market. So to see that it's going to be very quite complex here now. The price action might create multiple structure, and quite a few long week candlestick pattern here. Now this market could move in both direction, yet directionally still it's both directional possible to move. And the imbalance here back below, so you can see there is a significant bearish price action. So I'll be opening sell from this level, stop loss keeping above this high. I will be explaining later the strategy behind in that market to take this potential move back down. We see there is a significant zone here that we may see that bearish move. As I mentioned earlier, guys, the risk management is key here. I'm opening sell, closing the pending order here in that area for this potential move back below in this market. So I'm short on gold here in that area. We have entered stop loss above this swing high, that means above 3926 point at that level. Open sell for potential drop down and stop loss keeping at this level at 3926.28 and TP target setting at 3906.34 and expecting to break below here as the market trend is down. So there's a liquidity sweep here multiple times. The possibility now for this market to drop down is higher. I'm on sell on gold at exactly at this price and stop loss at 3926.28. Expecting it to break that low here as the market got rejected from the higher price multiple times in that area on gold. Boom. Getting down here. Closing the pending order and running that trade here, running currently 26 pip up and expecting it to drop down back below to this key support level. And that drop here that I'm waiting for this market to come down to create a new lower low. I'm up 30 pip on this trade. There's an imbalance and expecting it to break that low. Anytime we could see rejection, but I'd like to see that price to fill that zone here in that area to create a new lower low in this market. We need that rejection here on the lower time frame, 1 minute chart, that showing up to be a long wick, and we'd like to see the price to break that low, potentially to come back to this long-term support level here as the market has an imbalance in this area, and that is where you will see the price to potentially to create a new lower low here in that market. There's a bearish price action here that you can see we are on that, holding on to that for this potential drop down back below to this support level here in this market. Want to secure that one as well after the previous one to make 100% winning this week as well. And today, as we have opened 2 trades, both of them, if this one is coming back down here, as we see there is a bearish price action, expecting to drop down here back below to this support level to create a new lower low in this market. Are you guys with me? Say yes if you are running this trade with me. Be very, very consistent on your risk management. Don't over leverage. Don't take double risk. Just keep consistent in your approach. Let that winner running for bigger profit and then wait for the next opportunity. This is how I trade. Wait for a best opportunity and then wait for the fair value gap to be tested. You see, this is where there is a fair value gap. Expecting this market to come down here, fill that fair value gap, drop that market down, and then to give us the full profit target hit, and then waiting for the next entry for another entry. You can see that we placed the pending order above this level. That's why if the market break that high, we could buy that market. It didn't break, instead drop down, so we sold the market. And this is our criteria before starting with this live session that I have discussed, that this is what I'm going to do. If the market break that low here, then I will be selling this market once we see that price action confirmation has in this market here. I hope that that makes sense to you. Make sure guys you like this stream by subscribing to the channel as well. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. All those trades that you can see, I do share in the premium group with full strategy explanation with entry, stop loss and take profit target, every trade detailed, and also explaining in one-on-one in the Zoom. If you are passionate about trading, then don't miss out to join. We have few spots to take on the mentorship with VIP signal as well as trade analysis. You can find that link in the description. Visit the website, and once you, this is currently going on to 95% off to join the mentorship to become a consistently profitable trader here in the academy. So don't miss out that. If you have any question, you can ask the live chat. It's always available to answer any question that you have. And we see the market here, it's now showing up to be bearish. The imbalance here in that direction, the imbalance here in this market, and that is what I'm looking at this market to drop, to break that low and then continue to drop. Right, this is a pure imbalance, and I would like to see that the price to manage to break that imbalance and penetrating that support level below here to create a new lower low. The market structure is bearish and wanting to see that crossing that low and then breaking back below to this support level here in that market. Being a trader is not easy, but it's easy if you have the right strategy, right mentorship, and also right trading tools that you need to become a trader. In 2025, 2026 is very different than you traded in 2015 or even 2022 or 2020. Now it's a time to upgrade your skill. It's time to gain freedom being a trader by becoming a trader. We are running in this trade currently. How many people holding on to that? 50 people up. I'm running on, and at any point I'm closing, I will be giving a shout out in the live chat, as well as also sharing in the premium group every trade details that I am opening from this live session, as well as all the premium trade that I'm sharing. So here I would like to see that further downside. I'm still holding on to that, as there is a possibility for further drop in this market. Hope that's That's breaking below, and I'm running here now 75 to 80 pip up. I'm closing this trade right now with the 80 pip profit close trade. 80 pip profit taken. I'm going to share now a screenshot in the as well as the live PNL along with all the details, that all the explanation of the trade that I'm opening, to give you a clear understanding of how the trade was open and what is the strategy behind it. Keep pushing back down. Have you taken profit here? We make profit here every single day. Awesome. That's cool. It's breaking that low below here in that market. And which is pretty big fair value gap currently now the market is approaching. And that's a massive move here that you can see on gold. You're enjoying the live session. Make sure you like this stream. Did you like this stream? And also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Welcome. Welcome. Have you taken the profit here? If yes, say yes. If no, say no. If you haven't opened the trade, then say no. If you open the trade, say yes. Welcome. It's cracking that below here for this potential drop down. We see the market on the 4-hour support level if you look at. And because the market on the 4-hour support level, we see the price now on that support level could retest and potentially continue to trend here back below. And if you look at the lower time frame price action here, that you can see this is where we need to pay attention, guys. It's a big trade, right? It's a big win. Massive winner. Have you joined the free Telegram for regular promotion that we are posting every day in the free Telegram, where you might have an opportunity to join the mentorship? I'm sharing with you the Telegram link in the live chat. You can use that link to stay connected by joining the mentorship. Here in the free Telegram, I do share many of my trade ideas, while also you can access many of the education and regular updates. Now, the trade has dropped. The previous session, when we open, the market drop. It's like that. You guys have seen that. Now, how can you understand the movement? Why did I call the trade immediately when the market breaks that low here? As you discussed, that this is a very crucial zone here. If you look at, if you remember, if you don't remember, I'd highly encourage you to go back to the live session and review that. What did we discuss? This is where there is accumulation of order, right? That's where the smart money gathering liquidity, because in that area there has been a lot of volume. That smaller range, the market, the most of the traders will get stopped out in that area, even the smart money traders. And in fact, you can trade better than a smart money trader once you know when to enter, and in some cases much better, because smart money traders or smart money has difficulty in finding liquidity. Guys, keep in mind that. That's why they need to guess a move. While you see that we entered here, we entered after this breakdown, but the smart money need to enter before this breakdown. They need to create this liquidity grab, otherwise they will not be able to take that move, because they need that liquidity. When they grab the liquidity, they can have the move. So they need to grab the liquidity. But you as a retail trader, you can wait for this to happen, and then you have more directional bias. You have a clear understanding about the direction of the market. That's the best thing of becoming a retail trader. And we see the market. We here trading live, right? Learning to trade will give you a big understanding, clear understanding of how the market moves, how you can become a profitable trader by learning to trade. And let's wait to see the next move here. Can you share your peep? How many peep you have taken with this move? I've taken the 75 peep. there's a bounce of this level. Now we can see the candle close and the price may potentially move here back in that level, and that is what looking to see the market to break down here. And we can see the price action in that area, as we see that from this level there is a break below, expecting it to bounce off that level and then to continue to trend back down here to this support level to create a new lower low in this market. There's a rejection again after this big move back down. Now, if we look at that on currency dollar yen, and dollar yen today so far from the daily move, the market has created these two back-to-back smaller candle on the 4-hour chart, which is from the daily chart. Dollar yen has made its move back below here to the support level, and from this lower time frame the price action has shown that the market to potentially bounce off this level. And lower time frame price that you can see on dollar yen in this area, they're expecting that the market to, if we look at, there is a double top, triple bottom here, and with this triple bottom there might be a rejection here on this lower time frame to bounce off this level on dollar yen. And with that rejection that you can see in this market, for the price to possibly to break that high, and here we can see the price on dollar yen could bounce off this level here, and that is where we can see the dollar yen from the daily, as the price has broken back below, the potential for the market to reverse again back above is higher here on dollar yen. And so dollar yen price action possibly to remain started to bounce off that level again. We'll see that how the market might be reacting here on dollar yen. We will be looking later for an entry if we see the price action is showing potential bullish in that area, while we can see that gold had a breakout from this level again. If we look at the 4-hour, after retest of this 4-hour support for a bounce, we might see now the market to potentially break that high, and that is where you can see the price to bounce off this level here, which is support, turn resistance. With this series of high and low on gold, expecting it to bounce off that level to this key level of resistance here in that market. Are you going to see a reversal here? Or we could see that another liquidity sweep and then return again back below. Now 15 minutes chart, if we look at even the 5 minutes and the 1 minute price action, it has hit that key level. And that key level is what, if you look at here, looking to see that another entry. Okay, so as the market, if you look at this move on the 1 hour perspective on gold, there is a extended bearish fair value gap here in this area. If you guys look at it, you can see this is an extended bearish fair value gap. Now in that bearish fair value gap, as you can see, the market initially is the 1 hour chart has gone up, 2 hours pullback again. There's some bullish pressure coming. Now breaking this high here, we might see potentially a pushback here to the upside, right? Unless it is in a consolidation here and then dropping back down. The possibility here to penetrate that bearish fair value gap on the 1 hour to fill that zone is higher. But at the same time, we need to consider the direction of the trend is still bearish. So how we can trade that? We want to see that lower time frame. If you look at now 5 minute chart, this market still can respect this resistance or creating a false breakout and can continue to drop back below. If this market wants to go up further for filling that fair value gap, you want to see a clean bullish impulse, pullback, liquidity gap, and then prepared for an upside. The only way we can understand the high probability to go up if the stronger bullish price action to the upside, a candle close with a bullish move and then retesting this resistance as a support. On the other hand, if the market is not being able to break that high, instead long wick rejection from the top, then looking to see the price again breaking back below this support level here, and that's where we are looking for next entry to the upside or to the downside. Now this week, as I mentioned earlier, massive week. We had 2 trades. We don't have to trade a lot. 2 trades, both winner and over 100 pip for the day. We still have the invoice session to go, and today's Wednesday, right, in my zone at the moment, but it could be Tuesday in your area. So now we are progressing to more volatile weeks and days. We are end of the month, coming up FOMC, and we'll be trading live here as well. JPY gonna be volatile, euro, CAD, dollar, every instrument getting pretty exciting with the upcoming FOMC. Now, if you are keen to trade FOMC with me in the live session, don't miss out to join the Telegram. Also, you can find link below this video. I can share with you the Telegram link here. Stay connected in this Telegram where you can have access to many of the educational content and also occasional promotion to join the premium mentorship group where you can access every trade that I am opening in the real time and also be part of the trading community. That being said, guys, let's now look at the potential next move as a trader. We don't want to satisfied with one trade, two trades. Do you want more? How many traders want more trading here? More education. Winning is very important. And also, one more. We're going to see the directional confirmation, which is very important to look at. Now, it's trying to break that high here in this area. Now, the way the market structure is forming, there's a pretty strong bounce here. Now, after this kind of bigger candle, the market even could return back because the potential move happens when there is a slower move. Now, bigger move is more often sign of false breakout. You can't exactly tell which direction the market be heading, but the bias is still in the downside here because of this bigger move. This is one single breakout, and this kind of move is more often or not it's a false break move because there's a bigger ATR candle. Again, it's the trend. That's where the secret. You need to understand that how the ATR affect the overall move in the market. And you can see the price slowly filling that zone here again. Hello everyone. We have open sell and we have secured the profit with this trade, and looking forward to have some more position in this session here. And if we look at the 1 hour chart here, that if you guys look at, you can see from here with this inverted head and shoulder, neither buying because it's approaching that key resistance line. Guys, keep in mind that this is a very important level of resistance and the trend is down. We want to see that trend continuation. This is what always keep in mind, guys. This is the most important part of trading, is buy on a established uptrend. This will change the you look at the market. Anything that you are trading as a long-term trader or short-term trader, as an investor or a day trader or a scalper, what we do that I have seen, mentoring thousands of traders. I have seen mentoring thousands of traders who lost something $1 million. After losing $1 million, they come to me and saying that, coach, this is what happened. What can I do? Now, from there, the bounce back, it is possible to bounce back as a trader as long as you have patience as a trader. The biggest mistake that every trader make is trying to catch the big move from the reversal. That's a mistake. Don't try to catch the reversal. Trade on a established trend. What do I mean by this? If you look at the GPS of the market, this is the GPS of the market. Okay, you see that there's always a trend change will happen. If you look at this double bottom, the market changed trend like that with a double bottom, any kind of reversal, retest of the neckline, and then establish trend, right? So it's an uptrend. Buy here in that area after a break of structure. Most traders try to catch here or here. You don't have to catch a move in a reversal, because more often a reversal look like a reversal, just a continuation, because when it breaks from the structure, it looks like it form a head and shoulder, actually creating another double bottom to bounce off the level. Try to understand how the market moves. You see that when it breaks from the trend and goes up, come back down, right? You think that, okay, the market reversed, all right, there is a head and shoulder, the trend broken, I'm gonna sell on a head and shoulder, just to see that it's actually a false head and shoulder, right? You see that more often that head and shoulder will form a double bottom and the market will continue to trend. That is where high probability trade, when the market return back, it refresh from the trend, and you can catch pretty big move when you buy that market. If you give an example, look at this trade here. Every area is this kind of market. You see that the market drop. Our previous session's trade, it was a massive winning trade if you were there, and this session as well, you can see. Now in this area, what happened? The market every time it's gonna break from the structure and then will return again back in the direction of the trend. So if you look at, you see the price has crossed this high. You haven't entered the trade because you closed that pending order here, and now you may see the continuation, or you just leaving it as a false breakout and it could drop again back below, but here it's on a critical level. That means there is a possibility for both directional move in that area. Now, the market just penetrated that high here, so which is a sign that there is a possibility for break to the upside to fill that fair value gap later today as we are progressing throughout the NY session. So the bias here now slowly turning from a bear market to potentially a bull market. And if the market shows that new higher high creation, we can look for buying opportunity along the way in this market. This is what we are looking here at the moment, for a confirmation of a potentially bullish trend. And once we see that the market has shown that, we will be entering into the trade here in this market. We see that reaction back above here in that area, expecting it to break to the upside to create a new higher high in that market. And we could see the price to continue to rise here back above in this level where there is a high area of value. A slower time frame pricing is showing up to be potentially continuation. Here we can look for further entry as the market progressing here. Retested that previous resistance, turn support, and you can see there is a reaction back above here in that market. With a trend continuation back in that area, can give us another entry in this market. Thanks for joining here, guys. Make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. There is a slower move here in that area that you can see. Okay, so the market structure showing up to be bullish, that you can see the market trending. Well, there is a break of structure here. What's happening is this news candle. Certain news has come out here. Okay, from this high here, there is a deeper pullback that you can see. Pretty long wick doji that has formed on gold, and that's where potentially preparing for bigger move, as there is a significant break in this market here in that area. Now with another rejection back below, as if you look at the 1 hour, we can see that it's a significant trend down back below to this support level, and that is where we are looking at this market to test that support, resistance as support, and then to return again back. That is what we are looking at this market structure to show up. We are looking at this price to bounce off the level in this area on the lower time frame. So expecting the price to break above here to create a new higher high in this market. Now, because if you look at the daily chart, that so far the market has shown that stronger bearish move, and the price on a very important key level. We are almost on the third week of the daily market, and there is a 4-hour candle closing. You can see we have 26 minutes for this candle to close, and so far the bulls are not getting enough strength. As you can see, whenever they're going up, it's getting rejection again. So we'll be waiting for the candle close, and with candle close the market could bounce back or could drop down depending on how the candle close, and then we'll be able to find a directional bias again for another entry in this market. That being said, guys, it's a great trading session with all of you together. 2 sessions, 2 trades, both winner. Looking forward to see some more coming up later today. And as with the progression of the session, we would like to trade every single day based on a strategy, risk management. And for more, join the Telegram. You can find link below this video for a regular update as well as education that I'm posting every day. That being said, thank you for joining here. We'll see you again very soon, trading live together again tomorrow twice. Until then, stay well, stay happy.